What makes a good dad? Teaching your son manners, showing him how to hit a fastball, or wiping away tax and gun charges after he sucks for a nation's drive for you. Extortion, tax fraud, sex trafficking, while high on crack, that's a story about fatherly love? The View wanted to throw Don Jr. in prison for taking one meeting. What do they want to do with Hunter for taking meetings, bribes, and diamonds? They want to give him a hug. Now that the media cares so much about fatherhood, will they ever talk about Hunter abandoning his love child? Hunter went to court to lower his child support payments and prevent his daughter from using the last name Biden. Now, I know a lot of good fathers, and a good father knows when to say no to their son. Dad, I know I have a drug problem, and I just started sleeping with my brother's widow, but can I please fly on Air Force Two to China with you and shake down the commies with the fam? Now, most dads tell their son no. Not Joe. He just says, don't forget to bring your passport. Does the View get that?
As a parent inviting your son, what I take issue with is he should have sat this out, if we're being honest, because the pride you take in your family, this has been a big struggle and all, and we have addiction in our family. It is not lost on someone that's addicted. That's a lot for a family, and he's good, with God's will, is getting out of it. But he just got charged with a felony charge, misdemeanors. I once lied and hit a mailbox, and I could barely look my dad in the eye for a month. Sit it out. Sit at home and just for a minute, just take a seat.
But Hunter hasn't taken a seat his whole life. He's used to daddy saying yes. Back in 1988, an 18-year-old Hunter got hit with his first coke offense. Hunter partied a little too hard in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, and got handcuffed. But instead of teaching him a lesson, Senator Joe Biden had his record expunged. Hunter got off with 6 months probation and then later got kicked out of the Navy for cocaine. What kind of dad has their coke-addict son play cash register with your political career? And I'm sick of the addiction excuse. What kind of crack addict sets up 17 shell companies? Does crack make you smarter? All right, get this. Ukraine paid Hunter $800,000. Hunter sent the $800,000 to his Chinese shell companies and then had the shell company loan him back the $800,000 so he wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. Hunter loaned himself his own income to cheat the IRS. That's not tax evasion, that's tax fraud. Does that sound like someone who was in a drug haze to you? Or does that sound like someone who put a little thought into what they were doing? Now, the fraud's even more brazen. Check this out. Hunter took tax deductions for prostitutes. He wrote off $18,000 for an assistant who was actually an escort. Hunter filed $10,000 for golf as a business expense, but the money was for a sex club. The sex club he happened to get kicked out of on the first night. Now, I'm old enough to remember when putting things in the wrong column is a felony. Remember what Alvin Bragg said about Trump? Wrong column. Now, Hunter's a tax cheat. He'll pretty much do anything for cash. Just ask the Chinese. In a newly uncovered email, Hunter told his Chinese business partner, Mr. Dong, I'm not kidding, quote,